18 months after she was. Over to CBS's Vicki Barker.
It's a girl born to 26-year-old Tina Gibson from a fertilized egg that had been frozen for 24 years. The University of Tennessee says baby Emma is the oldest frozen embryo ever to be born. Tina Gibson's husband has cystic fibrosis, which can make men infertile. The couple arranged to adopt the embryo through the National Embryo Donation Center.
A national nonprofit organization has paid off $2,000 in layaway balances for 12 military families at Fort Bragg at a retailer in North Carolina. The 12 families were called to the South Post Exchange under the guise of a customer appreciation exchange Tuesday to learn the balances for their layaway items had been fully paid. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB sales department today at 287-3356. From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston.
With further amendment, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is passed.
Shortly after midnight on the Senate floor, Republicans passing their tax reform bill, a vote of 51 to 48. But the bill has to make one more stop before it arrives on President Trump's desk. ABC congressional correspondent Mary Bruce explains.
The bill actually has to go back to the House again. This comes down to essentially a procedural snafu, but it creates a real headache for House Republicans. It was discovered that the bill includes a few provisions which aren't related to tax reform. That means it doesn't abide by certain rules. Republicans now need to change that and then vote again.
They're expected to do that today. President Trump watching the vote overnight, tweeting, the United States Senate just passed the biggest tax cut and reform bill. Terrible individual mandate, Obamacare repealed. The president says he'll hold a news conference this afternoon after the bill passes the House. A tour bus carrying passengers traveling on 2 Royal Caribbean cruise ships has crashed in a rural part of Mexico. At least 12 people were killed, including 5 Americans.
Eyewitnesses who passed by that crash site just minutes later described seeing tire marks on the road. That bus crashed into the vegetation. There were no guardrails, and it was a narrow 2-lane road leading from the coast to Mayan ruins about an hour into the Mexican interior.
That's ABC's Matt Gutman reporting. There are still a lot of problems for commuters south of Seattle this morning, where crews are still cleaning up after this week's deadly Amtrak train crash. ABC's Alex Stone is in DuPont, Washington.
The southbound side of the highway here, Interstate 5, remains closed. Crews are hoping they can get it reopened today. With it shut down, the backups on alternate routes have been many miles long, taking hours to get around this mess. Crews have removed the train cars, but they have lots of work left to do.
ABC's Alex Stone in Washington State. NTSB investigators now looking at whether distraction might have played a role in the crash. You're listening to ABC News.
So what would you do with an extra $500 a month in your budget? $500. This isn't hypothetical, by the way. This is something you may need to think about very soon if you decide to become a member of Medishare. Medishare is a way to pay for your health care, and typically it costs $500 less per month for a family versus other health care plans. So seriously, think about this. You could pay off loans, pay down a mortgage, save the money for retirement, donate to charity. That would be a big deal. But you know what? Here's the best thing. Medishare works. It has 250,000 members, and it's growing fast. With Medishare, not only do you save, you don't have to pay for things you don't believe in either, and that is a beautiful thing too. So here's how you can find out more, and you might actually wind up saving even more than $500 a month. So check into it. Here's the number. Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. Now available in Montana. Call 877-26-BIBLE.
New fallout from the allegations of sexual abuse against Harvey Weinstein. Actress Rose McGowan, one of Weinstein's first accusers, taking aim at Meryl Streep. When Streep announced she would join a group of actresses wearing black this awards season in a silent protest, Rose McGowan tweeted, "Actresses like Meryl Streep, who happily worked for the pig monster, are wearing black in a silent protest. Your silence is the problem." Here's ABC's Lindsay Davis.
In a lengthy statement, Streep is responding, writing, "It hurt to be attacked by Rose McGowan. I wasn't deliberately silent. I didn't know. I don't tacitly approve of rape. I didn't know. I don't like young women being assaulted. I didn't know this was happening."
Former E! Entertainment host Kat Sadler says she has left her job at the network over pay discrimination. In a post to her official website, Sadler says her male co-host had been receiving close to double her salary for the past several years. She writes she and her team asked the network to pay her a salary she deserved and that her request was denied repeatedly. It's sure to be a white Christmas for many Americans, too. Winter storms currently developing. ABC's Ginger Z says parts of the West have already been hit.
The winter alerts are consuming the West. Las Vegas, for example, in a high wind warning. You can see all the snow already, 28 inches in parts of Washington State and the Cascades.
Those weather systems likely to affect millions of Americans who are traveling this week ahead of Christmas. This is ABC News.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and we're excited to announce the MyPillow buy one get one offer is back. Purchase any MyPillow premium bed pillow and get the second bed pillow absolutely free. Go to mypillow.com, click on the buy one get one free tab, and take advantage of this limited time offer. Use promo code SKY at checkout or call 1-800-635-1825. That's mypillow.com, click on the buy one get one free tab, use promo code SKY at checkout.
I'm Sherry Preston.
Have you noticed what's going on at Oakland Feed and Seed? Cheapest price in town on propane refills. 20-pound cylinder, $11.99. Forklift cylinder, $17.99. And the 100-pound cylinders, $55.99. Whole corn, $6.99 for the 50-pound bag. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 for the 50-pound bag. 17-17-17, just $12.50 for the 50-pound bag. Check with Oakland Feed and Seed for all prices. You'll find them the cheapest around. It's a generational thing. Your dad and your dad's dad shopped at Oakland Feed and Seed. Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and operated.
It would be an excellent idea as you head out this morning to have the rain gear in hand and also a jacket. Now, rain is likely tapering off late this afternoon. The high temperature in the upper 50s to maybe low 60s. For tonight, we'll see clearing skies. It does turn cooler. The low temperature in the upper 30s to low 40s. And then for Thursday, we're back to mostly sunny skies, but temperatures will be on the cool side. We'll have highs in the lower 50s. Friday, it's partly to mostly cloudy. Rain should return Saturday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Mike Mays is raining here in the foothills of the Carolinas, getting rain in 51 degrees right now. We should be climbing only about 2 more degrees, 2 to 3 more degrees. 54 are expected high today, with a 100% chance of rain throughout today. But getting closer to the weekend, mostly cloudy on Saturday, with showers likely, 70% chance. Saturday night, 60% chance of rain continuing. Then on Sunday, 40% chance of rain. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and 40% chance of rain. And then on Monday, we have a 20% chance of rain on Christmas Day, but isolated showers and partly cloudy skies. Right now, again, cloudy, rainy, and 51 degrees. Not much higher than we're going today. It's 50, 53, 54 maybe. We're being kind today to Jerry Whiteside. He works at Public Service Gas. He had a birthday yesterday, so we want to wish him a happy, happy birthday. Now, these are the death announcements. We have quite a few, so let me get going with these. Charles Sechrist, 85, of Rutherford, died Monday. A celebration of life will be held 3 p.m. Friday, December 22nd at Crow's Mortuary. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service at the mortuary. Crow's Mortuary assisting the family of Charles Sechrist. Juanita Parker, 73, of Spindale, passed away Tuesday, December 19th at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. A celebration of life service will be held on Saturday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Fellowship Holiness Church, Divinity Street, Spindale. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Juanita Parker. Charles Anthony Chuck Haynes, age 53, of Shelby, died Monday at Cleveland Regional Medical Center. Funeral arrangements are pending and will be announced by the Pageant and King Mortuary for Charles Anthony Chuck Haynes. Dr. Theodore Robertson Bledsoe, 84, passed away Sunday, December 17th in Forest City. A memorial service will be held at a later date at the Church of the Redeemer in Bethesda, Maryland. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is in charge of the arrangements for Dr. Theodore Robertson Bledsoe. Miss Phyllis Ann Queen Newman, 74, of Tampa, Florida, passed away Saturday. The family is planning a private service, and Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is serving the family of Miss Phyllis Ann Queen Newman. Mrs. Imogene L. Tony, 79, of Sunshine, died Sunday at Hospice House of Forest City. The funeral will be conducted at 11 o'clock today at Sunshine United Methodist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. And Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is serving the family of Mrs. Imogene L. Tony. Judy Spicer Tessinier, age 62, of Old Henrietta Road, Forest City, passed away Saturday at Hospice House. The funeral service will be conducted at 1 o'clock today at the Riverside Baptist Church. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Judy Spicer Tessanier. John Mark Cooper, age 57, of Rutherford, died Sunday. The funeral service will be held at 3 o'clock today in the Liberty Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. The Pageant and King Mortuary Cremator is serving the family of John Mark Cooper. Francis Morgan Ross, age 89, of 4A City, died Tuesday at Oak Grove Healthcare Center. The family will receive friends from 10 until 11 Thursday at Mount Vernon Baptist Church. The funeral service will be 11 o'clock Thursday at Mount Vernon Baptist Church. Burial will be in the cemetery. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Services serving the family of Francis Morgan Ross. Mr. Donald Ray Davis, 77, of Ellenboro, died Monday at Fairhaven Home, Bostic. A memorial service will be held at 1 o'clock Thursday at Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home. Urn burial will follow at the Corinth Baptist Church Cemetery. The visitation will be from 11:30 until 1 Thursday at the funeral home prior to the service. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Services serving the family of Mr. Donald Ray Davis. Nell Ware Dietzel Pogue, age 74, of Spindale, passed away Sunday at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. Funeral services will be 6 p.m. Thursday at Mount Lebanon Baptist Church. Burial will be in the church cemetery. Family will receive friends from 5 until 6 prior to the service. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Nell Ware Dietzel Pogue. Edward Ed Clay Harrell, age 90, of Forest City, passed away December the 19th at Hospice House. Services will be held at 1 p.m. Friday at Fellowship Baptist Church. The family will receive friends from 12 until 1 prior to the service, and burial will be in the Cool Springs Cemetery. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Edward Ed Clay Harrell. Mrs. Mary Sue Swafford Leach, 77, of Bostic, died Thursday, December 14th at Hospice House. The family is planning a memorial service for 2 o'clock Saturday at Mount Vernon Baptist Church. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Services in charge of the cremation services for Mrs. Mary Sue Swafford Leach of Bostic. Those are the death announcements we have in house this morning, and you can get the complete information on these and others that may come in today. You'd hear that at 11:35, and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report right here on WCAB.
Men, you need to try Noxitril, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine Viagra on steroids. Noxitril is so powerful, that's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitril free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitril dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 1-800-605-1673. Free bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-605-1673. That's 800-605-1673.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Honest, dependable, and on-time service. That's important to you, isn't it? When you call on a service, somebody to come out and do service for you. Well, that's what you get when you call Hutchins Pest Control. Tim Hutchins is the owner, and along with his family, Chad, Charlie, and Emily, they've been voted best in pest control 6 years. If you have a pest problem, or if you want to take care of it before it becomes a problem, call on Hutchins Pest Control. 34 years experience, and with their family name behind what they do, you can be sure it will be done right. That's 287-5171. Get a free estimate when you call. 287-5171. Hutchins Pest Control, honest, dependable, and on time.
The year was 1862. Minnesota was 4 years old. The Minnesota Sioux Indians had previously sold 24 million acres of their land and moved to reservations. In turn, they were to receive annual cash payments to be used to purchase food and other needed items. The annual payment that was to arrive in June didn't. By August, the Sioux were out of food and beginning to starve. 4 hungry young braves came across a chicken's nest at a farmhouse. They started taunting each other about being afraid to take the eggs. And before long, the situation escalated to the point that they could only be considered brave if they took the eggs and killed the residents. Over the next 6 weeks, the situation escalated to the point that between 450 and 800 white settlers and soldiers were killed by Sioux Indians. In September, nearly 2,000 Indians were taken into custody. Of these, 392 appeared before a military commission. The commission tried as many as 40 cases a day. It decided that 307 Sioux would be hanged. On December 6, 1862, President Lincoln stepped in on the side of those seeking mercy for the Indians, and he commuted the death sentences of all but 39 of the worst Indians convicted of wanton murder or rape. On December 26, with a gallows surrounded by 1,400 soldiers, the Indians climbed the stairs, nooses were put around their necks, the trap doors opened, and the crowd cheered. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Be sure to head downtown Forest City this weekend. Enjoy the beautiful historic downtown Forest City. Friday nights, festivities include hay rides, Santa's house, ice skating. That'll be open from 6 until 9 on Friday night. Then on Saturday night, festivities, carriage rides, Santa's house, ice skating. That'll be open from 5 until 8:30 on Saturday night. Browse, shop, and buy local, and shop our beautiful downtown Forest City this Christmas. Now we're heading toward the phones, and guess who we have on the phone with us this morning, ladies and gentlemen? Your Sergeant Harden. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
I'm feeling mighty fine, waiting for Santa Claus to come.
He's coming, ready or not.
That's right. Whether we're ready or not, he's on his way.
Absolutely.
Tell us what's been going on.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 164 calls, made 20 arrests, currently have 180 here to jail. Instant reports, we don't really have any of note this morning, so I'll get right to the arrest reports. Elizabeth Robinson, 41-year-old white female, charged failure to appear on a felony, has a $20,000 secured bond. Evan Scott, 18-year-old white male, charged failure to appear on a misdemeanor, has a $200 cash bond. Daniel Ledford, 48-year-old white male, failure to appear on a misdemeanor, has a $1,500 secured bond. Keith Harris, 38-year-old white male, charged possession of Schedule II controlled substance, looks like fictitious restoration, following too closely, no operator's license, resists obstructing, delay, speeding, and an altered registration card. Looks like he's got a $15,000 secured bond. Alan Humphreys, 37-year-old white male, charged failure to comply and resists obstructing delay of an officer, given a $3,000 secured bond. Charles Copeland, 31-year-old black male, charged failure to appear on a misdemeanor, driving while license revoked, an expired registration card. Looks like he was given a $2,000 secured bond. Ronnie Dixon, 37-year-old white male, looks like charged failure to appear on a misdemeanor, given a $5,000 secured bond. Roy Johnson, 39-year-old white male, charged felony possession of cocaine and 2 counts of simple possession of Schedule II controlled substance, given a $23,000 unsecured bond. Kenny Lowry, 28-year-old white male, charged with non-support, given a $200 cash bond. And a Heather Jenkins, 36-year-old white female, charged failure to appear, looks like $2,000 secured bond. And that's what we have for you this morning, Jim.
All right, a little bit busy out there, but we appreciate you guys being out there all the time, 24/7, looking after us while we're sleeping.
Just remind everybody to be careful. The roads are wet. We've had a tractor-trailer accident on Oakland Road if you're traveling in that area down toward the old fish camp. Got the fire department, some of our officers out trying to assist with that. Looks like some minor injuries, but I don't think it's anything life-threatening or major, but there'll be some traffic problems on Oakland Road right now, Jim.
Just the 18-wheeler itself and no other cars involved?
That's the way it sounded. I talked to dispatch before you called, and that's the way it sounded to me, so I hadn't actually made it down there.
Okay. Sergeant Harden, we do appreciate you being with us on the morning report, and if I don't talk to you, see you again, have a Merry Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas, Jim. Hope Santa Claus is good to you.
Thank you, my friend. You too.
Bye.
19 minutes after 7 o'clock here on WCAB in Rutherford.
Hello, this is Phyllis with Loveless Financial Group. Christmas is that special time when we remember. I remember that special time when all of the sisters and their families would come to Mama and Daddy's. We always came on Christmas Day. Turkey, dressing, ham biscuits, and Mama's coconut cake. From the time I was a little girl, Mama had a nativity set that always had a place of importance in our home. Then there came the time when I must make my own traditions. Cooking for the family has always been special. For me, over 30 years ago, I bought a beautiful ceramic nativity set. When I place it in my home, I remember the faithfulness of our Lord Jesus. It wouldn't be Christmas without the music. Remember, God wrote the song. What can I bring to Him this Christmas who has done so much for me? I will give Him my time, my life, and I will give Him all that He requires of me. I will adore Him forever. I hope as you prepare for Christmas, you will make room for Jesus. Our churches need you, and I know what a blessing it is to be a part of God's family of believers. So from Loveless Financial Group, Al, Lynn, and myself, we wish for you and your family a blessed Christmas and a prosperous New Year. This is Phyllis saying Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye for now.
Now here is Jessica with 911 Communications with our report today. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
In the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 490 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 40 EMS calls, 26 for rescue. Sheriff's Office responded to 164, Forest City to 94, Lake Lure to 9, Rutherford to 26, Spindale to 60. Fire calls, Cliffside responded to a structure fire assisted by Sandy Mush and Ellenborough. Forest City responded to a vehicle accident. Sandy Mush responded to a structure fire assisted by SDO and Cliffside. Spindale responded to a fire alarm, and Shingle Hollow responded to a vehicle accident. And that's all we've got today.
Anything new on the accident there on Oakland Road with the 18-wheeler?
No, they're still out there working it.
Okay. Jessica, thank you. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye. 22 past 7. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Ruby Taylor is up next in Danieltown with the report. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report, Ruby?
Well, the fire department assisted Sandy Mush and Cliffside on a structure fire, and I don't have any birthdays today. And the signs are in the lakes today and tomorrow. And that's all I got, Jim.
All right, Ruby.
Quiet as a mouse.
I like that. Have a good day.
You too, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 23 past 7 o'clock. Remember, Friday morning about 8:45, we're going to be drawing some cards out of our box, our mailbag here, and give away a beautiful, brand new leather lane recliner from the Recliner Center for some adults. We're also drawing for a Spider-Man recliner for a little boy and a bicycle for a little girl. So get your cards into us. I don't know if I'd mail them at this point. May not get it in time for the drawing on Friday morning, because when we check the mail Thursday morning, that'll be the last time we'll be able to check it before we have the drawing. So if you want to hand carry it to us, that's perfectly all right. But get your card into us, and we'll have you in the drawing for the big day on Friday morning.
Your car only needs one place to prepare for the cooler months ahead. RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue, Ruth. RS Express Inspection Station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Speedy Lube Station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They carry wiper blades and will rotate your tires. Complete car care altogether, including transmission flush and car wash. Count on Chris and his team to take care of all your car needs. Make it your first stop. RS Speedy Lube Service Center, Railroad Avenue in Ruth.
You've been hearing from the national accusers, now hear from those being accused. No one is reporting their side of the story. Now you can hear the other side. This morning at 8:30, you can hear members of the Word of Faith Fellowship tell their side of the story. This program is an ongoing series paid for by Word of Faith Fellowship, and the views expressed on the program are not necessarily those of the management and staff of WCAB, but tune in at 8:30 this morning and hear their comments on what's been talked about. Now here is Steve up at Rumling Ball. Good morning.
Morning, Jim. 24 hours really could be give us a different perspective outdoors here.
Is that something? Yes.
Yeah. I can't see the mountain across the lake there. It's foggy, rainy. My midnight guy tells me it started raining about midnight when he got here. So I don't know accumulation-wise what we got, but it's just a light rain all night long. Good soaking rain, which is always good to have when we have a dry spell.
Yeah.
So
we can tolerate the light rain. It's that downpour that really gets everybody upset, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And as long as there's not too many winds associated with the weather, these kind of weather patterns, we're good with the trees and the power lines and all that good stuff. So, and we haven't had any issues in that regard. So in the last 24 hours anyway. So we're fortunate there, and no issues hardly to report at all, except looks like we're going to get a little bit of tax break coming up for Christmas, which is going to be beneficial. I brought that up to an employee that walked in here and said, well, that's only for the rich people. I said, wait till you see your paycheck in February, and you'll see that actually somebody's been saying something a little different to you than the actual.
Good for you. Good for you. You're absolutely
right. So he'll certainly notice a difference. So it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out for us.
Well, I'm glad to see something like that taking place after so many years.
Absolutely. I think it'll really give us a big boom, and so we'll see how that works out. And if it's a bad thing, then which I can't believe that it would be, then it'll be all on the Republican side, and they're saying, okay, you own it. That's right. That's a good thing to own, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice Christmas present for everybody.
Exactly. So that's about it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you again tomorrow if you're around.
I'll be here.
All right, Steve. Have a good one now.
See you. Bye-bye.
Steve up at Rumling Ball, always a nice gentleman, former retired law officer from Florida, now over security at Rumling Ball. Well, this morning is going to be an interesting morning here in the Blue Room. About 8:15, George is coming across the road with a big barrel of names that have been dropped in the barrel for a $250 gift certificate. He's going to give that away this morning. He's the second one of 2 to have given away. Other deals you might want to find over there, special deal on shavings. Single man tree stand, only $125. Got a commercial Jackson wheelbarrow, only $99.99. He's a propane grill tank man now, 20 pounds, only $10.99. They have propane. Just come and get your tanks filled. And he's already getting in a large selection of snow sleds, so don't get caught in the hustle when that snow comes. While they last, you can get them starting at $8.99. That's Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies. And they have a large quantity of square and round bales, hay and straw. I saw him loading a big truck yesterday. I just kept on loading that truck of folks interested in shopping at Farmer's Friend. And remember to tune in. Be sure to keep your dial right where it is. About 8:15 this morning, we'll find out who's going to win that $250 gift certificate, courtesy of Farmer's Friend.
Here's
Here's what our customers think about McCurry-Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry-Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry-Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry-Deck GMC.
We guarantee you'll love McCurry-Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry-Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry-Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry-Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Now let's head up toward Mount Vernon community and get a word from Bob Hodge. Bob, good morning.
Well, good rainy Wednesday morning.
Yes, it is. It really is. We're going to have that rain with us for a few days, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it there, but, well, it's not too cold there, but they might keep changing the forecast. Look like by Christmas Day it's going to be cold again, so.
Yeah, I know it. And no rain on that day, it looks like.
No, not much of rain. Looks like maybe the mountains might get a snow flurry or two there, so can't ever tell.
May change any time. That's right. You're right. It changes.
That's right. Yeah. But we are getting some rain up here this morning there, and looks like it's going to be that way all day today. And Jim, up here with the fire department, no fire calls during the night, so that's good. Things are running along pretty quiet up here today. And maybe I'll get by to see you there sometime this morning there. I think we might run by the station there sometime this morning.
Good.
So,
we'll look forward to it.
So we might get by there, and so. But that's about it, Jim. Everything's real quiet up here this morning. Nothing going on, so I hope you have a good day there.
Bob, I appreciate you. Thank you for being on the radio with us, and I'll look forward to seeing you in Abilene today. And have a good
Okay, we'll see you a little later.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
30 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this radio station. We thank you for making WCAB a radio station of choice for the foothills. Well, Gregory's will be closed a few days for the holidays, of course, but he's there today. So if you're out and about, want to rush in and get a good meal. Yesterday's soup of the day was chili, and they had a special going on. Have a special every day, too, and I think it changes the soup choices every day. If you want a soup and a salad, that's what I had. Chili and a salad yesterday, really, really good. And I saw some folks beside of me eating one of those grinders. And that's always tempting for me to eat a grinder because they're absolutely great. Burgers are good. Everything I've ever had, outstanding. And you'll enjoy Gregory's Original. If you got folks coming in to visit, take them to Gregory's before you do that home cooking. And he'll be closed. I think they start closing closed Saturday for a few days. He'll back up maybe midweek. I'm not sure about that, but I know he's going to be closed a few days. So get over there today and don't miss out on some good food from Gregory's Original.
It's Christmas time at the Recliner Center, and JD and Marie Shook are in the Christmas spirit. Now through the end of December, all merchandise is 10% off. Now that's what Santa calls a great deal. Now you already know the prices at the Recliner Center are great, and now with another 10% off, it makes it fantastic. JD and Marie want to thank their friends for 31 years of loyal patronage. They enjoy serving the public, and over the years they've grown and were better able to serve the needs of their customers. That growth comes from having good customer service, lower prices, and quality merchandise. They've always cared about their customers, and it shows. And now through the end of December, come share in this thank you and enjoy 10% off all merchandise, from recliners to bedding, sofas, and love seats. If it's from the Recliner Center, you know it's good stuff and it's priced right. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from JD and Marie Shook at the Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherford.
And we'll see them Friday morning, bright and early here in the Blue Room. We draw for the recliners, and little boy's recliner and a bicycle for the little girl. 7:32. Now let's head toward Cherry Mountain Fire District, and Sue Price is on the phone with me right now. Sue, good morning.
Good morning.
You feeling good today, I hope?
I'm doing okay. Hope you are.
It was good to see you and Richard yesterday.
Well, we glad to see y'all too, and see the Christmas tree and all the gifts. Yeah, they're going to be a happy family.
Yeah, they will be very, very appreciative of all that help. And
I'm
thank you all
sure.
for helping. And thank you for the goodies, too. That was very thoughtful of you.
Well,
we cut into that cake right away.
Did you? That's what it was for.
Absolutely.
I've got 51 degrees over here, so it's warm out there and raining, and looks like we're going to have a rainy day, but that's okay. And let's see, this is another day I have no birthdays or anniversaries. There's not a lot of celebrating in December, but we hope anybody that's having one will have a good day today. And in my announcements, let's see, Duncan's Creek Church will be having a Christmas Eve get-together special at 5 o'clock. And we're going to be having some scripture reading and hymns, and the names of the ones that's on the luminaries will be read, and the donors, so come on out for that. And then Fairview, let's see, they're having their Christmas play will be tonight at 7 p.m. And then they'll be having a special New Year's Eve service with communion and snacks afterwards. And First Broad will be going caroling tonight. They may be having a rainy night, but I've done that many a time in the rain and sometimes in the snow. It's always fun. Whatever's the weather is, it's good to get out and do that. And they'll be having a Christmas musical on the 24th at 11 a.m. and a Christmas Eve service at 10 p.m. So still a lot of good things going on at the churches, so get out and enjoy some of it and take part. And so far, I don't have any other announcements, Jim. It's quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks very much, Sue. You enjoy your day, too, and stay dry, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's Jerry Mountain reporting in nice and quiet this morning. Well, now at Save-A-Lot Grocery, there's a 2-week sale that started on Monday. On Monday the 18th, and it goes for 2 weeks. Ground beef only, $1.48 per pound. Bananas, 39 cents per pound. 15-ounce canned corn, 39 cents each. And 14-ounce can of green beans, 39 cents each. While supplies last. You need to get over there pretty soon because they'll be gone. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. And while you're thinking about holidays and fixing up everything, dressing the tree and all the decoration, look around the floors and see if it's time you did something to the floors. Now, we don't always like to admit, but time slips away, wear and tear takes in, the floors start looking ragged, and it's time to do something. Maybe put on new floors, new hardwood floors, new vinyl, maybe some new carpet, whatever your choice may be. And if you're undecided which best for you and your budget, talk with them at Southern Carpet. Clayton will be able to help you there. Gerald, Lynn, they'd be glad to help you with your decision, never pressure you into anything you don't want. But if you want something new done to your floors, the place to go is Southern Carpet. Don't deal with these folks with these 800 numbers. You don't know what you're getting. You can't read that fine print, and there is no fine print with Southern Carpet. Just honest, above-board dealing. 1512 West Main Street. Phone number is 245-0310. Union Mills reporter is up next. That would be Brenda Kelly, I believe.
You're exactly right. Put a star beside your name.
Well, you sound a whole lot like her.
Well, yeah, there ain't many people that sound like me. Well, my sisters sound like me. I know when we saw you down on the street in Forest City, I don't know what, about 2 weeks ago, and I had my baby sister with me I was going into Smith's Drug, and I was in a hurry, and you said, I know she was your sister. I could tell by her voice.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Sounds just like you. So she's younger than you, right?
Oh, yeah, she's the baby now. See, my baby sister died in February, so that made her the baby. She's been the baby, let's see, in 1952, Mama had a baby born dead, so Dorothy was the baby again. So then when Elsa Kay died this year, that made her the baby again, so she's spoiled. But that's all right, ain't it?
Sure it is. Babies need to be spoiled.
Yeah.
My brothers always said I was because I was the baby of the family, but I don't think I was.
Are you the baby?
I'm the baby, yeah.
Well, yeah, that explains a lot of things.
Watch it now. My sister was the oldest, so she thought I was her little baby, I came along right on her birthday, day before her birthday. So she took care of me and took care of me and protected me from my older brothers.
Well, that was good. Yeah. Let's see. My birthday's on May the 2nd, and Dorothy's is May the 5th.
Okay.
But they,
pretty close.
Let's see. She's 60. It's about 6 or 7 years difference in her. I'm not much older than her, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
And we hope everybody's having a good day today on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Although it's raining, that's all right. We need a little bit of rain. And I want to send my Christian love and sympathy out to the Ed Harrell family. I was very sorry to hear of his passing. He's the one that called me when my mother died and told me that my mother was dead.
Oh.
Yeah. He's been a family friend. I can't ever remember not knowing Ed Harrell.
Yeah.
He was a good man.
That's a good remembrance.
So we're sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
He'd been sick for a long time, and when you get sick and you can't get better, I'm sure it's best just to go on and give up the ghost and get your rewards.
Sometimes it's a blessing to be able to go home to your reward.
That's right. But I've got 47 degrees on the front porch this morning. I've just had a tenth of an inch of rain. I don't know when it started raining, but when I went out to check it, it was just a fine drizzle. But it's supposed to rain all day, ain't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Rain all day today. It starts slacking off maybe this afternoon.
Oh, okay. But I don't have but one anniversary today, and that's James and Jesse Smith. I don't have anything on Round Hill, so we hope James and Jesse has a good day on their day. And I don't know of anything going on. It's just short, sweet, and quiet. So, did Ernie come get the thing for his donuts yesterday? Or did you know?
I was. If he did, he came when I wasn't here. I didn't see it.
I don't know. He might have had a class somewhere, because I know he's taking some classes and stuff. So he might have been busy and couldn't get them. But I'm sure he'll get up there to get them.
Yeah, good. I hope so.
Because I called and told him.
He needs those donuts.
Well, listen, it's Christmas. You can have a little something like that.
I'm glad you said that. Thank you very much. That's what I was waiting to hear.
just enjoy yourself with everything that everybody's bringing into you. They've been good to you, haven't they?
Oh, they sure have. I love every minute of it.
That's right. That's good. Don't have to worry what you're going to snack on. Somebody just brings it in and says, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. We officially kicked off Christmas when the fried apple pies got here.
Okay, well, that was good.
she's always very sweet to us.
Who was that, Sue?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, that's good. Well, see, she does apple pies. I do the oatmeal cookies, and somebody done a black walnut cake, and I'm sure that was good.
It was very good, yeah. We have a cherry pound cake in there.
Oh, well, you just got all kind of goodies.
Yeah, we just.
You ought to just say, put a sign out there that says, Merry Christmas, we're having a party, come on in.
I should do that. If we had room in my lobby, I might do that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Lobby's
but anyway, yeah, I guess so with that tree and all them gifts, but that's good. That's what it's about, ain't it?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, you have a
good day. But you have a good day today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Brenda. See you.
Okay, catch you later.
I told my friend about Olmsted Plumbing, and boy, was she happy.
What did she have to say?
I told her to call 245-7302, and they would get right out there.
And did she say she would
I told her to ask around. Homeowners, builders, and everybody likes Olmsted. Eric and Chad Olmsted and their team understand the homeowner's needs, and I like that.
They have an inventory of replacement parts and specialized equipment and tools for any job.
I told her that, too.
Well, what was that number again?
245-7302. That's 245.
Yeah, I got it. 245-7302. Olmsted Plumbing. When you think about all the holiday sounds and the sights of Christmas and the music and the kids giggling and having a great time, and if you have somebody in your family that's missing out on that because of difficulty hearing, maybe it's time for Miracle Ear. They got a great program. They got a great opportunity for you to have a hearing test free of charge. They've got some pieces of hearing instruments that's going to bring a whole new life to you. They're so small anymore you hardly know they're there, but boy, can you hear. Go see Lisa Terry, the hearing specialist there in Forest City. You can find her at 447-7716, 447-7716, and she'll be glad to assist you. Get an appointment. She's in Forest City on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or other times by appointment, and the other office is over in Shelby. Miracle Ear. Find out more about it by contacting Lisa Terry. Now we're heading toward Ellenboro. Luther Gilligan is on the phone to give us a report from the fire department over there and news around the county. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Hello. Hello, Luther.
I'm here.
All right. Now then, tell us what's going on over there.
It's wet down here.
Well, that's earth-shaking news.
This morning,
I'm losing you. You're coming in and out. Phone go dead? You there? Pay your phone bill? You fall out of the sofa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paid my phone bill.
Now you're back.
Yeah, it comes and goes every day. Things were quiet this morning. Went down to Sister Cliffside and they had a power line down. They had 3 medical calls yesterday. Other than that, things are quiet this morning. Just nothing going on. The one we should happy with anniversaries, Ronnie and Tracy Holland's having one, and Officer Jason and Janie Greenway, they're having wedding anniversary day. So hope they have a great day and enjoy their day. And Jim, there's nothing else going on down here. You have a great day up there. Try to stay dry. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, I look forward to it. Have a good one now. Thank you.
All right, take care now.
Bye. That's the Ellenboro reporter, Luther Gilligan. It's 45 past 7 o'clock in time for birthdays and anniversaries for this 20th day of December. We're on the downhill side of this month and see who's celebrating today. Phone lines are clear, 287-3356, 287-3356, and we'll find out who's celebrating and give away some of those Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. Coming up. Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care.
One of the hottest things going on in automobile world today is the fuel-efficient Ford Escape from Sisk Family Ford. You get more value for your money with the Ford Escape, and you'll appreciate the comfort and the value in this remarkable automobile. Try one on for comfort today at Sisk Family Ford, and whenever you need top-of-the-line service on any automobile you own, be sure to bring it to the experts at Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Be sure to visit downtown Forest City this Christmas, this week, November 23rd. There are going to be a lot of things. Actually, 22nd, we got Forest City hayrides, Santa's House, and ice skating from 6 until 9. And then on the 23rd, carriage rides, Santa's House, ice skating from 5 until 8:30. And be sure you stop in downtown Forest City. Browse a little bit, shop, and buy local. Forest City, downtown, historic downtown Forest City. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today. While they're fresh, they're good, they're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Birthday. Happy birthday to Jerry Whiteside of Rutherford. His birthday was yesterday. He works at Public Service Gas Company. And he's our newest member of the WCAB Be Kind to Hall of Fame. Also celebrating a birthday today is Skylan McCraw of Cliffside. Skylan is 6. Jason Crawley of Chase is having a birthday. Norris and Betty Norville is 60 over at Cane Creek. David Airwood over at Rutherford is celebrating a birthday. And James and Jesse Smith's anniversary is today. So happy birthday and happy anniversary. And we'll see who's going to win those donuts in just a moment.
Favorite nursery rhyme goes like this. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. According to those who know about such things, this piece of wisdom is a relic thousands of years old. Versions have appeared in 8 European languages. In its primitive stages, however, Humpty Dumpty was a riddle. It asked the question, what, when broken, can never be repaired, not even by strong or wise individuals? The answer is an egg. Regardless of how hard we try, a broken egg can never be put back together again. We simply have to learn to live with a mess. Our lives can be as fragile as an egg, and sometimes they can even get as messed up. Wrong decisions, bad choices, and unavoidable circumstances can turn a thing of beauty into despair. But a broken life doesn't have to stay that way. Oh, it is true that we cannot always put life back to its original design, but when we turn the pieces over to God, He is able to bring beauty out of ashes. He has a master design for each of our lives, and even when that design has been marred and scarred by our choices, He is able to refurbish it. The key is to let Him put it back together. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living. Why not visit our webpage at bwb.net/keys.
And congratulations to David Arrowood of Rutherford. He's won the Daylight Donuts this morning from random drawing here in the Blue Room. David Arrowood, our winner this morning. Now stand by. We have a big drawing for the gift certificate from Farmer's Friend coming up here at 8:15, then 8:30 this morning. The Word of Faith continues with their program, telling their side of the story. You can hear members of Word of Faith Fellowship tell their side of the story as Word of Faith speaks out this morning at 8:30 live here in the Blue Room.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be
NCN News. I'm Mike Crayley. The Senate approved an historic tax reform bill overnight, 51 to 48. The House must now take one more step before sending it to the President. The bill reshaped the tax code, cutting taxes for corporations and most individuals. The bill got zero support from Democrats who say it doesn't give enough help to the average American. House Speaker Paul Ryan on CBS This Morning says this bill will provide real relief for families.
When you double the per-child tax credit, when you double the standard deduction, and you lower tax rates across the board for every income group, that's real relief for families, for individuals.
Political analyst Larry Sabato says the bill was rushed through.
This bill was designed to be passed, and it's that simple. They desperately needed an accomplishment, the Republicans, that is. They hadn't had any legislative accomplishment during Trump's first year, and they had to have one.
Senators Richard Burr and Tom Tillis from North Carolina voted in favor of the plan. Tillis, in a video message today, said,
I was proud to cast my yes vote for the tax cuts and tax reform package that soon will be going to the President's desk. This package provides much-needed tax cuts, tax relief for working families, and also for businesses.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions was in Charlotte on Tuesday, where he delivered remarks on the Department of Justice's efforts to combat violent crime in American cities and neighborhoods. Sessions announced that he's establishing two new violent crime task force, one based in Pennsylvania, the other in Charlotte.
The Charlotte Violent Crime Task Force will bring together the federal agents and local law enforcement officers, and it will be assigned to the FBI Charlotte Division headquarters.
Firefighters battled a large fire that reignited last night. Lexington Mayor Newell Clark says firefighters initially responded to the old Lexington Home Brands plant. They put the fire out and then looked for the source throughout the day. You're listening to NCN News.
Need a gift idea for a sports nut? Give them a gift subscription to the ACC Sports Journal. Every issue of the ACC Sports Journal is filled with the rumors, recruiting updates, and insider news that sports fans crave. It's the perfect gift for fans of the Tar Heels, Blue Devils, Wolfpack, Demon Deacons, and the rest of the ACC. Order your gift subscription now at accsports.com, and you'll save 60% off the cover price. That's a full year's subscription of 24 issues for just $39. Ordering is fast and it's easy too. Just go to accsports.com right now and click on the big yellow subscribe now button. Order your gift subscription today and we'll also send you a card letting your favorite sports fan know it's a special gift from you. Don't miss out on this offer. Go to accsports.com now and click on the subscribe now button.
At least 7 Americans are among the injured in a deadly bus accident that killed at least 12 people in Mexico. The bus was carrying cruise ship passengers on a sightseeing trip. A witness says the sky was clear, the road was dry, and he didn't see any other vehicles involved in the crash. CBS News reporter Adrian Bard is in Mexico City with the latest.
We do know that some of the people who were injured and some of the people who were dead, unfortunately, were scattered on the ground along that jungle road right near the shattered bus as they got emergency services in to get them to help.
And Eastern North Carolina County is considering a new ordinance that would make it the first county in the state to place specific restrictions on the use of drones or other unmanned aircraft. Pitt County commissioners voted to consider a new ordinance that would restrict drone use in areas of the county even further. County Attorney Jordan Smith said,
The FAA has enacted drone rules and regulations, but at the same time have acknowledged that there's a limited role for local governments to be involved in regulating drones.
State transportation officials have closed a North Carolina road after a large rock slide, and they say the slide area remains dangerous. The North Carolina Department of Transportation says that North Carolina Highway 28 in Graham County will be closed for several weeks. It worked with Carole King. There will be at least 3 new musicals that tell the stories of famous female singers.
It promises to be a crowd pleaser. A musical about Donna Summer is headed to Broadway in April. It's been running in San Diego with 3 actresses playing the disco queen, the same formula that'll be used for a musical about Cher next fall. A Tina Turner show is scheduled to debut in London in March. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News, New York.
We are country at its best with a blend of yesterday's memories. WCAB, Rutherford.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A done deal in the Senate.
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is passed.
Republicans have approved their tax reform plan in a 51-48 vote. ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega with more.
A late-night vote on Capitol Hill, sealed with a handshake by the vice president who announced that historic tax vote. He was there in the Senate chambers. The vice president urged calm. There were protesters. Democrats on the other side of the aisle were outraged. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer scolded Republicans for talking while he had the floor. But, you know, this is all but a done deal at this point. The House has a procedural vote they still have to take up, but the outcome of this historic decision is not expected to change.
Speaker of the House Paul Ryan responding to the Senate's passage of the vote, telling ABC News,
this is our plan to grow the economy, and we are convinced this will grow the economy. All the scorekeepers say it will grow the economy. It's just a question of degree.
Democrats have called the bill a disgrace. They say it's a handout to the wealthiest Americans. Next up, avoiding a government shutdown. Republicans and Democrats have to strike a deal before Friday at midnight that continues funding the government. In question, the status of those DACA recipients known as Dreamers and funding for the Children's Health Insurance Program. A vacation ending in tragedy for a dozen people on board a cruise ship tour bus that crashed in Mexico.
The Royal Caribbean Cruise Line had chartered the bus to take 27 passengers from the celebrity Equinox to see Mayan ruins in the Yucatan Peninsula. Brazilian Vitor Maciel Fontes Jaques was on board.
The bus, somehow he went down on the right side of the road. The bus flipped on his side.
He suffered a broken collarbone. Other passengers had more serious injuries, and at least a dozen were killed. The U.S. State Department has officials headed to Mexico to assess the situation and to lend support to the Americans who were involved. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Cleanup continues after Monday's deadly Amtrak crash in Washington State. NTSB investigators now think distraction may have played a role in that crash. You're listening to ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. Invest in your future and buy oil. Encore is drilling in an area that is potentially one of the most prolific horizontal oil plays in the entire country. Oil prices are projected to rise, so you need to own a piece of an oil field. Encore Energy is the most active oil and gas operator in its core area of operations. Call now and learn how to deduct 100% of your investment and create 20 or more years of potential monthly income. Call 1-800-803-8511. You will be calling directly to the home office of Encore Energy. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
Strong words from UN Ambassador Nikki Haley to the UN General Assembly over an upcoming vote criticizing the U.S. decision to move its embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. Haley sending out a tweet saying, quote, on Thursday there will be a vote criticizing our choice. The U.S. will be taking names. Haley also sent a letter to countries, including European allies, saying President Trump does take the issue personally. A new blow for Uber as Europe's top court labels it a taxi company. ABC's Tom Rivers explains why that matters from the Foreign Desk.
The European Court of Justice has determined that Uber is not a technology service, but rather is a taxi firm, a decision that could change the way it's regulated across the entire 28-nation EU. It also reflects on how government should treat companies that operate online and don't fit in with traditional laws. The landmark decision stems from a complaint by a Barcelona Taxi Drivers Association, which wanted to prevent Uber from setting up in the city. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Rome's Christmas tree has been declared a national embarrassment. The sad spruce has also received nicknames like plucked chicken and toilet brush. The 65-foot tree cost the city $57,000. Apparently it was already in poor shape before it was transported. Rome's mayor has even launched an investigation into what prompted the poor tree's demise. This is ABC News.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and we're excited to announce the MyPillow Buy One, Get One offer is back. Purchase any MyPillow premium bed pillow and get the second bed pillow absolutely free. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Buy One, Get One free tab, and take advantage of this limited time offer. Use promo code SKY at checkout or call 1-800-635-1825. That's MyPillow.com, click on the Buy One, Get One free tab, use promo code SKY at checkout.
I'm Sherry.
If you haven't tried Jesse James Railroad Express on Railroad Avenue, oh, you are missing out. Jesse offers delicious burgers, clubs, hot dogs, specialty hot dogs, fresh chef and side salads, taco salads, chicken and tuna plates, and of course delicious Davis donuts and ice cream. They also have a great breakfast. Try the Big Express breakfast platter at a super low price. Everything is made to order fresh just for you. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 828-447-4644 for takeout orders. That's Jesse James Railroad Express on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Monday Madness at Jesse James. Mention this ad and get a regular hot dog with mustard, chili, and onions for only 99 cents. Mondays only.
It would be an excellent idea as you head out this morning to have the rain gear in hand and also a jacket. Now, rain is likely tapering off late this afternoon. The high temperature in the upper 50s to maybe low 60s. For tonight, we'll see clearing skies. It does turn cooler. The low temperature in the upper 30s to low 40s. And then for Thursday, we're back to mostly sunny skies, but temperatures will be on the cool side. We'll have highs in the lower 50s. Friday, it's partly to mostly cloudy. Rain should return Saturday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Mike Mays. We are getting rainfall this morning. Started raining about midnight last night. Been raining pretty much all morning and will continue throughout most of the day. And according to my report, looks like through even tonight we may get some more rain, but clearing out of here by tomorrow. Right now it's 51 degrees, and we're just pretty close to our daytime high, which is a 54. Now looking toward the weekend for Saturday, mostly cloudy with showers likely. About 70% chance of that. Highs are going to be around 62. And then on Sunday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers. Highs around 57. Monday, Christmas Day, partly cloudy with isolated showers. Highs around 47. Only about 20% chance of that happening on December 25th. And then December 25th, nighttime, partly cloudy, dropping off to cold again, 24 degrees on Christmas night. So that's our weather forecast for the next few days right here from WCAB in Rutherford. 7 minutes after 8. Congratulations to David Arrowwood of Rutherford. He won the Daylight Donuts this morning from Granny B's. And we're being kind to Jerry Whiteside, who works at Public Service Gas Company. Lives in Rutherford, had a birthday on yesterday. We're being kind to him today, all day long. He's now the newest member of the WCAB Be Kind to Hall of Fame. Now some stories from here and there and comments right after this.
Hello, Morgan. Wait up.
Oh, hi, Palomino. Heard you had your nails done.
Yes, the farrier just left. Look at Thoroughbred with his fabulous new blanket.
Here he comes now.
My owner bought this fabulous blanket for me at Tam's. It's waterproof and cozy warm. And last week, my trainer had a stylish new helmet, new boots, and a crop. She also said she got them all at Tam's.
Well, I heard the young girls talking in the barn saying that's where they are Christmas shopping. Tam's has everything for the horse and rider, as well as great gifts for non-horsey people.
Well, I'm not sure I know any non-horsey people, but I heard that Tam's is the place to shop. Let's gallop on over to Tam's today.
Tam's is located at 661 Big Island Road, Forest City. That's in the Shiloh area, just off Highway 221, and a short drive from Tryon. Holiday sales are underway.
Be a smart shopper this year and come to Butler's Jewelry and Loan in downtown Forest City. Special price on 9mm ammo at $10 a box. Special price on all guns. Find the right gift for the gun enthusiast in your family. Shop the jewelry department because Butler's Jewelry Store has one of the best selections of the most popular jewelry today, and all of it new merchandise. They have the largest selection of engagement rings, custom laser engraved cups with starting price at $12 with engraving. Butler's will be open late during carriage ride nights and hayride nights. They're Butler's Jewelry and Loan right downtown Forest City. Now let's look at some stories from here and there, stories that other people are reporting and printing. We'll read the story this morning from the Daily Courier. The Daily Courier is reporting that Assistant District Attorney Garland F. Byers Jr. has resigned his position effective the end of this month, December 31st. Byers said Tuesday afternoon he turned his resignation into District Attorney Ted Bell and will return to private law practice. He joined the District Attorney Brad Greenwage's team in January 2014 after Greenwage's defeat in November 2014. Byers continued as an Assistant District Attorney with Bell. Byers said he wants to go back into private practice and will be leaving after December 31st. Bell said Tuesday afternoon, I wish him all the best of luck in his future endeavors. I'm grateful for the time he's been with us. So, don't know all that story just yet, but we wish him the best. Meanwhile, crews continue to battle the wildfire up on NC 226A near Turkey Cove. Drift smoke will affect North McDowell. The rain is going to have some effect on that. May not be as severe as it was yesterday when they reported this, but this fire is north of Armstrong Creek Road and south of Turkey Cove Baptist Church. Crews are working to fully contain this fire. No structures were threatened. Drift smoke will be visible in the northern section of McDowell County, up in Desertsville, McDowell County EMS. Some of the folks responding will have more reports on that as it develops. We reported this morning also that an 18-wheeler overturned on Oakland Road there near the old fish camp. Don't know all the circumstances of any injuries there or not, but it was overturned this morning, and traffic was diverted for someone. Still may be, so you might want to avoid that area this morning. Other news, police are searching for a Brevard man wanted for assault with a deadly weapon, resisting officers, and some other charges. Asheville Police Department said Corey Ashton Howell fled from officers when they attempted to serve warrants. Howell fled around 10 a.m. Tuesday, December 19th from Pisgah View Apartments. Officers were unable to find him during a search. Howell has opened warrants for free, elude, and arrest and with a motor vehicle, resisting public officers, misdemeanor larceny, and assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury. Now, Howell is 27, he's 6 feet tall, and weighs about 220 pounds. He has black hair, brown eyes, and multiple tattoos on his face and neck and hands, chest, and stomach. He was last seen wearing a red jacket with white lettering over a black hoodie and blue pants. If anyone sees anybody fitting this description, the Asheville Police Department would love your help in helping get him turned in. Meanwhile, 2 inmates who escaped from a Florida jail Sunday night are believed to have stolen a pickup truck from Haywood County Tuesday morning, according to the Haywood County Sheriff's Office. 23-year-old Ronley Diaz Pardo and 39-year-old David Allen Anderson escaped from a jail in Chipley, Florida, around 11 p.m. December 17th. The two are believed to have taken a 1996 Lincoln Town Car about a mile from the Florida jail that they escaped from. That car was found early Tuesday morning in a parking lot near the dam at Lake Junaluska in Haywood County. A 2001 single cab white GMC with a broken driver's side window and a diesel fuel tank in the truck bed was reported stolen from the Haywood Police Park off of Crabtree Road. That is close to the location where the stolen car from Florida was found. The two escapees have no known ties to Haywood County, and deputies believe the two are no longer in Haywood County. Pardo is around 6'1" and weighs about 183 pounds. He was serving a sentence for 2 drug charges when he was recently charged with murder. Anderson is around 5'7" tall and weighs 175 pounds and was being held on charges of fleeing and eluding law enforcement with disregard of safety, a person or properties, use or display of weapon, doing a felony, and several drug charges. They're asking your help if you can identify or know anything about those characters. Well, a former Easley minister is facing multiple child pornography charges. 53-year-old Owen Robertson was arrested December 15th and is charged with 9 counts of third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Officials with First Baptist Church of Easley said Robertson was their former minister of education. Investigators say the church notified them after finding images on his computer at the church. The arrest warrants show the investigation began back in February of 2017. Investigators say at this point they have not found any children physical or directly involved. This time all the charges stem from images on his computer. Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force investigators, along with the Easley Police Department, made the arrest. They were assisted by SLED and the Pickens County Sheriff's Office. The church would not confirm when Robertson was taken off the staff. We got a drawing to do coming up here, and it's about a minute away. George is in the building. He'll be bringing his box back here, and somebody's going to win a gift certificate from Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies, and we'll do that here in just a moment. Good morning, George. Have you heard the 3 big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford. And again, that's 287-3338.
Hello, this is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. Are you on disability? Or maybe you're on Medicare? Or maybe both? Come see me, Dwayne Hunt, at Insurance Service Associates about a Medicare Advantage product brought to you by Humana. Please give me a call, 245-5301, at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
More than 1 million Americans have heart attacks each year. And if you or a loved one experiences symptoms of a heart attack, every second matters. That's why the emergency department at Rutherford Regional Health System is a chest pain accredited facility. What does that mean to you? It means quality care here at home that could save precious seconds when treating the symptoms of heart attacks. To learn more about Rutherford Regional and its commitment to safe quality care, visit myrutherfordregional.com.
Make Smith's Drugs Gift Shop a place to find the perfect gift for Christmas. They have great selections of seasonal decorations and home decor, jewelry, handbags, clothing, toys, games, backpacks, scarves, boots, and more. Check out our Facebook page to see special discounted items on sale. We also have gift cards available which can be used at the gift shop, the soda fountain, or any department to make purchases. Come see us at the gift shop in Smith's Drugs at 139 East Main Street, Forest City. Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right, 16 minutes after 8 o'clock, as we've been promising you, this exciting day here in the Blue Room. It's time for George to give away some gift certificates. And he's here this morning with a big white barrel loaded with name. Todd looks like it's pretty well filled, doesn't it?
I believe it is. Yeah, it's packed about as packed as it can get.
There's more than a dozen, I believe, don't you think?
Well, it's 13.
Well, hand the mic to George. George, tell us what the third prize is. We'll draw the third prize first.
Third prize is going to be a $25 store credit.
$25 store credit. Third prize is coming up right now as Todd draws out a name. Todd is?
I didn't bring my glasses, George. Jason Morrow, I believe that is.
Jason Morrow. What do you look
Jason
like?
Morrow.
Okay, let me write that so George might not remember. Okay. Second prize coming up.
George, what we got on the second prize?
$50 in-store credit.
$50 in-store credit. Farmer's Ring.
I'm going to stir them again.
A lot of cards in there. I was over at the store yesterday and Lee said, I got to register. Jim's drawing in the morning.
That's Tony Edwards.
All right. Tony Edwards win the second prize then. All right.
And the first prize is going to be a $250 in-store credit.
All right. Big prize coming up right here now.
We're getting this off the bottom feeders. Jim Bishop. Oh, no. No, I really can't read that one.
I wish.
I really can't read that one.
Looks like Cliff Fields.
Cliff Fields, yeah.
Sure if Fields the last name or not. We got the phone number.
Got phone number. Phone number will be good.
That's the $250. All right, that's great. Again, those winners were Jason Morrow, Tony Edwards, and Cliff somebody. George, thank you so very much, and we'll look forward to working with you again and giving away something in the spring, maybe.
Thank you very much.
And Merry Christmas. Hey, what hours when will you be closed?
Just Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day, open Christmas. Okay, good deal, George. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, George.
All right, 18 minutes past the hour, and we'll have that sheriff's report coming up with Sergeant Hardman right now, as a matter of fact.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 164 calls, made 20 arrests, currently have 180 here to jail. Instant reports, we don't really have any of note this morning, so I'll get right to the arrest reports. Elizabeth Robinson, 41-year-old white female charged failure to appear on a felony, has a $20,000 secured bond. Evan Scott, 18-year-old white male charged failure to appear on a misdemeanor, has a $200 cash bond. Daniel Ledford, 48-year-old white male, failure to appear on a misdemeanor, has a $1,500 secured bond. Keith Harris, 38-year-old white male, charged possession Schedule II controlled substance, looks like fictitious restoration, following too closely, no operator's license, resists obstructing delays, speeding, and an altered registration card. Looks like he's got a $15,000 secured bond. Alan Humphreys, 37-year-old white male, charged failure to comply and resist obstructing delay of an officer, given a $3,000 secured bond. Charles Copeland, 31-year-old black male, charged failure to appear on a misdemeanor driving while license revoked and expired registration card. Looks like he was given a $2,000 secured bond. Ronnie Dixon, 37-year-old white male, looks like charged failure to appear on a misdemeanor, given $5,000 secured bond. Roy Johnson, 39-year-old white male, charged with felony possession of cocaine and 2 counts of simple possession of Schedule II controlled substance, given a $23,000 unsecured bond. Kenny Lowry, 28-year-old white male, charged with non-support, given a $200 cash bond. And a Heather Jenkins, 36-year-old white female, charged with failure to appear, looks like $2,000 secured bond. And that's what we have for you this morning, Jim.
Have you noticed what's going on at Oakland Feed and Seed? Cheapest price in town on propane refills. 20-pound cylinder, $11.99. Forklift cylinder, $17.99. And the 100-pound cylinder is $55.99. Whole corn, $6.99 for the 50-pound bag. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 for the 50-pound bag. 17-17-17, just $12.50 for the 50-pound bag. Check with Oakland Feed and Seed for all prices. You'll find them the cheapest around. It's a generational thing. Your dad and your dad's dad shopped at Oakland Feed and Seed. Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and operated. 21 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock here on this rainy Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday. But what a beautiful day it is in the neighborhood anyway. It's another great getting up morning here at the Foothills. Hey, listen, the Carpet Barn over near Ellenboro, they've been going to this thing 40 years in business, and they're still kicking. That's the Carpet Barn, located on the old Highway 74 East in Ellenboro. They carry all the popular brand names of the flooring trade, like Mohawk, Mannington, Shaw, from hardwood floors, laminate, and ceramic tile. Owner is Ken McGinnis, and certified installer Larry Bailey can help answer any questions you may have. Now at the Carpet Barn, you get 50-ounce plush carpet for only $11.99 a yard. That's by Shaw Carpeting. What a super deal that is. Let me say that again. 50-ounce plush carpet for only $11.99 a yard by Shaw Carpeting. That is an excellent deal. Shaw is one of the leading carpet companies in the world with the best grades of carpet possible. Dependable and quality service is what you get at the Carpet Barn. So stop in over there today, Old Highway 74 East in Ellenboro. Call 245-2100. Stop in over there, and if you catch them just right, you might see the Piney Mountain Boys over there practicing. They might even play you a little Christmas music over there. By the way, we got them coming up here. I'm not sure when Lou's got that schedule, but listen up. We'll have another 30 minutes for the Piney Mountain Boys right here live on WCAB. 23 past 8 o'clock. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, continuation with Word of Faith Speaks Out this morning right here live in the studio. And remember, on Friday morning, we will be drawing for the Recliner. The Recliner Center is coming over, and we'll have all the Christmas cards in the bag, have a drawing, and we'll give away a big recliner, brand new Lane leather recliner for some adults. And we have a children's, young boys recliner, Spider-Man recliner, and a young girl's bicycle. All that be given away Friday morning, courtesy of the Recliner Center. And about 11 o'clock, we will be visiting our Christmas family we've adopted, that you've helped adopt, and we'll be delivering all the Christmas to them mid-morning on Friday morning. So we're asking that if you're planning on doing some help with that, please get that over here to us before maybe 10 o'clock on Friday morning, because we'll be sorting out all together, loading up the cars and trucks and getting it to them. So, and we appreciate so very much your help with those of you who have. And if you're sending in a card for the drawing, be sure to get that to us in our hands by 8:30 on Friday morning. We got a sports update coming up in just a few moments. And following that, Word of Faith Fellowship right here live in the Blue Room.
Local involvement, complete news coverage, sports, constant weather updates, talk shows, contests, today's country hits, and yesterday's memories. Come to think of it, I guess you're listening to it. WCAB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. A bevy of North Carolina college basketball programs in action last night. NC State bounced back from its weekend loss to UNC Greensboro, the loss which snapped a 20-game home winning streak against non-conference opponents. Torrin Dorn, Homer Yurtseven, and Leonard Freeman each recorded double-doubles, and Abdul Malik Abu finished with 15 points as the Wolfpack beat Robert Morris 81-69. Head coach Kevin Keats after the win.
That was a game of two different halves. When you look at the first half, I didn't think we did a great job at all defending. I thought we played on our heels a lot. We talked about it at halftime. We made some adjustments. When you look at that last 8 minutes of the half, we really sit down and defended, and obviously held those guys in the second half to 25% from the field. And I thought we did a good job.
Other finals from last night, High Point beat Western Carolina 72-61. UNC Asheville took down UNC Greensboro 67-60. Southern Illinois shredded North Carolina A&T 102-64. Canisius topped Elon, and St. Louis down Campbell. On the ice, Toronto scored 4 in the first period and 4 more in the third on the special centennial anniversary for the NHL. The Maple Leafs stopped a 3-game skid in routing the Hurricanes 8-1. Head coach Bill Peters.
I think they were better in every area. Their specialty teams obviously set the tone early. They went 2 for 2 in the, I believe, or maybe 2 for 2, I think, in the first period on the power play, and had a shorthanded goal off of a ozone face-off win by us. So that's on specialty teams there. And then some of the plays and the decisions we made with the puck were less than perfect.
The NFL reduced Thomas Davis's suspension from 2 games to 1 following his appeal. The league announced the reduction ban Tuesday after the linebacker was suspended on Monday following his helmet-to-helmet collision on Green Bay Packers wide receiver Devontae Adams on Sunday. This is NCN Sports.
Add some power to your Christmas list this year. Right now, legendary fuel-powered steel chainsaws start at $179.95. And steel battery-powered blowers start at just $129.95. Deck your halls with power. Put a steel under your tree. Fuel or battery, find the steel power that's right for you. Search STIHL or find a dealer at steeldealers.com. All prices MSRP at participating dealers.
We've seen a tug of war in North Carolina. The new governor on one side, the General Assembly on the other side. Judges playing referee in case after case. To keep up with the latest news on the power struggle in Raleigh, look to Carolina Journal. Available each month as a free newspaper and every day with updated stories at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal is your go-to source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
Tar Heels women's coach Sylvia Hatchell has become the 3rd women's D1 coach to win 1,000 career games. Hatchell's Tar Heels beat Grambling State 79-63 on Tuesday. In top 25 college hoops action last night, 3rd-ranked Arizona chopped down Longwood 95-61. 8th-ranked Texas A&M had a tough time with Northern Kentucky before shaking the shorthanded Aggies 64-58. 9th-ranked Xavier held off Marshall. Wichita State escaped with an 89-80 win against Arkansas State. Number 13, Virginia slammed Savannah State 78-47. Number 17, Oklahoma rolled past Northwestern State 105-68. 20th-ranked Cincinnati rolled over winless Arkansas Pine Bluff. And number 21, Texas Tech blew out Florida Atlantic 90-54. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
We are tracking low pressure headed to North Carolina. It's generating the cloud cover and rain we're already seeing this morning. Clouds will remain the entire day. Rain is likely, but should taper off late this afternoon. So if all goes well, we'll see very little rain for the late afternoon and evening commute. The high in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tonight, clearing skies. It does turn cooler with lows in the upper 30s to low 40s. And then Thursday, if all goes well, we'll have mostly sunny skies. It will be cooler. The high temperature in the low 50s. I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, National Service Officers.
We've got an entire generation of men and women who have seen war. They're going to need voices.
Paralyzed Veterans of America represents them.
Changing lives, building futures. That's Paralyzed Veterans of America. To learn more, visit pva.org. A public service message from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Get the first weather forecast every morning at 6:05 here on AM 59 WCAB Rutherford.
Welcome to the Word of Faith Responds. This series of programs will address the issues concerning the negative news reports. This program is paid for by Word of Faith, and the views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the management and staff of WCAB. Now here is Word of Faith Responds.
Good morning and welcome to Word of Faith Responds. We are here to give truth against the allegations that have been made against our church, members of our church, and we've been coming to you. This is our third program, so you can get to know us, so you can see us, so you can understand what we believe and hear the truth out of the mouths of our members, our students. And today we have a very, very powerful program for you. We also have an email address that you can send us questions. You can make comments at truth@wffnc.org, because this is Word of Faith Response. Last week, we came to you with the evidence and the message from our church that we are not a cult. We've talked about our doctrine, what we believe. We've had testimony. We're going to have some more testimony today. You're going to hear from Patty Dolan. Patty Dolan is the mother of Jamie Anderson, who was the feature in the latest AP, what they're calling an investigative report on the Word of Faith Fellowship. They're calling us a secretive Christian church. She's going to be here today to talk to you about her son. You're going to hear from the heart of a mother, the pain and the sadness, and even the sadness of the church when we saw this article that featured Jamie. She's going to tell you about the false allegation, the lying about being kept captive in a dark room, about food being put under the door, about being locked in the room, things that went international on a news media piece about her son. So you're going to see the heart of a mother. We also have today with us some teenagers from the Word of Faith Christian School. These teenagers were interviewed by the Department of Social Services. They were investigated. They wanted to come today to share the truth with you and let you see their faces and listen to their words. The piece that came out on the Associated Press was very, very disturbing and troubling. One of the top headlines titles was, "Nobody Saved Us." A man describes a childhood in an abusive cult. And then he says that he can't escape the fear of what the church might do next. One of the most troubling things that his mother is going to talk about is how after 10 years, this young man who is an attorney, and from my understanding, he's a bar attorney of the state of North Carolina, after 10 years came out to bring these allegations, these falsehoods about the church, about his mother. So you're going to hear that from her today, and she's going to give you truth on the different allegations that were in this article that was so outrageous. People have said and commented, analysts, different people, what is going on here? People have commented to us, is this a conspiracy? AP article says there are 40 plus people that they have interviewed, that they have contacted, that are making these false allegations. Is it a collusion? Bringing together people who will believe a lie, speak a lie, to attack the church. In the United States, the last year, we've had a phenomena about fake news. What's happening here? And people are forming organizations and calling for accountability, calling for the truth to be spoken. That's why we're doing this program. You're going to meet the people who are named in these articles and see the children who have been interviewed by the DSS, accused and been lied about. They want to tell you the truth. So I want to introduce to you this morning Patty Dolan, and she will tell you a little bit about herself and her son. Patty is a 30-year plus educator with a master's degree in mathematics. She teaches in regional university and community colleges, and she also has been at our Word of Faith Christian School for many, many, many years. And also the students you're going to hear from today are some Patty students. They're going to tell you what kind of a human being she is and what kind of a teacher she is. Welcome, Patty.
Thank you, Carol. It's nice to be here this morning. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Like Carol said, I'm Patty Dolan. I'm Jamie Anderson's mother. And I can tell you as a mother that I love my son. I've always loved my son. I always will love my son. But I can tell you that I don't understand what he's doing. Like Carol said, after 10 years, he has come forth with these allegations of abuse. He says that I abused him when he was here at the Word of Faith, and I'm just heartbroken to see what's going on in his life and how he can bring forth these lies to the media. And I'm sure many of you that are listening can relate to this. I had a very troubled son as a young boy. He was very strong-willed. He was very controlling. He would not take no for an answer. He would just do what he wanted to do at any point. And due to some situations in his life, when he turned 18, he walked out of the house. He wanted to find life on his own. He walked away from his upbringing, from everything that we had tried to put into him. He didn't want it anymore. And I know some of you probably have had these type of teenagers who feel like they need to go out in life on their own and find out what life is about. And so he did. And for 10 years, we really have not said anything about him, never said what went on, just let him go on and hope that he would find the life that he wanted. I mean, as a mother, I can tell you that I never let go, that I prayed for him, that I have continued to hold on to him, that he would come back, and he would come back to the values that I tried as a single parent to put in him. And I can just say I'm shocked that he has gone to the AP with these allegations. Truly, as a lawyer, as an educated person, if he truly had concerns, I would think he would go to the law enforcement or to somebody in authority that could really help, and not to the media. So what I want to address with you is some of these allegations that he's put forth in this article. They're lies. One thing that he said was that as a young boy he was fooling around and he cut his head, and that I said that he was marked like Cain, and that he was anathema, that he would be marked the rest of his life. I never said that. So let me tell you how that happened. He was a young boy, his brother and we had a little red wagon. He had an older friend over, a teenager, who was pulling the boys around in the wagon. And we had a very steep hill in the back of our yard. And I told the boys, I said, whatever you do, do not get near that hill. Do not take that wagon down that hill. It's too steep. And I turned my back for 2 seconds, and the next thing I know, the wagon is going down the hill. Both boys in it, out of control. The wagon flips over. Jamie falls out, hits his head, has the cut on his eyebrow. And as a mother, I did what I could. I cleaned it up. I put steri strips on it, and I prayed for him, and I said, you know, it may scar. I don't know what may happen. It's a very hard place to heal, you know, and we went on, and that's all that happened. He was defiantly disobedient, and that was the result of it. In the article, he talks about as a young boy that he was forced to work on these work projects. That never happened. Nick, his older brother, he's 3 years older than him. He used to help out at friends' houses all the time. He wanted to learn things. He was very inquisitive. He wanted to be taught. And so as a younger brother, Jamie wanted to tag along. And so he begged and begged to go the places that Nick went. And he was never told to go clean Jane's house. He was never told that he needed to go mow the yard or wash the cars or anything. But he had in his heart that he wanted to help, just like his brother. And he begged and begged and begged to go and follow along and do whatever Nick did. I mean, Jamie loved Sam and Jane at this point in his life. He loved them. He wanted to help them. He just wanted to be a part of everything that his brother did. I mean, he refers in the article to the green room in a house that we lived in. I sold that house actually in 1999 when I married his stepdad. And he has some allegations that he was beaten in this house by his stepdad. His stepdad was never in that house. We sold that house before we got married. The green room that he refers to was actually a playroom in the basement. It was fairly empty. We had a ping pong table in there, and they had some balls and things in there. That was a place that Jamie and Nick would go down and play. They could throw their balls. They could do things that wouldn't destroy things, wouldn't hit the lights, wouldn't hit the furniture. They could just play and have a good time. He was never locked up in that room. He was never left, you know, with food slid in under the door. I mean, I remember the time that he's referring to when he says he had food slid under the door like he was in prison. Jamie and Nick both were beef eaters. They loved steak. And so that was a time in our life, I think we had steak about every other night. We ate very well, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. So what he's saying in these articles is not true. I mean, I'm concerned too with what I see in these articles and the videos, the confusion that he has. He shows the house that we didn't live in at that point. He shows a room that was not the playroom. It was on the corner. So I am concerned. I am very concerned about him. He refers in the article about being one of the 5 boys. He was on in-school suspension. He was placed on in-school suspension for many reasons. These were boys. They were troublemakers. They did a lot of things. They were warned repeatedly warned that their behavior needed to stop in the classroom. They attacked authority. They mocked the teachers. They threw rocks at a teacher's assistant. There were a lot of things that went on. And so finally, it came to the place where something needed to be done because he was not going to be allowed to interrupt the learning of the other students in the classroom and in the school. It was not going to be allowed.
And Patty, we know that every school, any educational system in the country has policy and rules that govern the atmosphere for students to learn.
That's right. And so really, Word of Faith was very, very merciful to him because really they could have expelled him. They could have put him in an alternative school, but they really, really wanted to help him. And so they put him on in-school suspension. I believe it lasted about 6 months. And at that point, he did do schoolwork at home. He did do different things. He was not locked up and left on his own. Even after he left, actually, I remember repeated phone calls and talking to him where he repeatedly said how sorry he was for some of the things that he did. He called other people in the church, sent letters to people in the church, how sorry he was, how remorseful he was, how he never wanted to attack. He loved his friends there. He loved his friends. He loved the ministers that took hold of his life at that point. He was reinstated in his class. He graduated from the high school with honors. He went on to college. He went on to law school. Abused children do not excel in an educational environment in this way. So there was no abuse. I can remember phone calls after he left where he told me, he said, "Mom, I had such a good education. I can't believe how well prepared I am." He said in his college classes, he knew far more than most people that were in those classes with him. So he did not lack. I can remember times while he was on in-school suspension, he was still involved in many things. There was a time, during that time in March, he went to Brazil with the other boys. We had a children's seminar in Brazil, and he went and actually ministered, gave his testimony there, and told how God had really changed his life. I mean, really, in-school suspension was a time where they could be set aside, just quiet down to contemplate the things that they had done to make a change. And really, God did get to his heart. He was changing. And I can remember a time in the sanctuary, he got up in front of the entire sanctuary, and he sang. The song that he sang was "He Touched Me." And I'll never forget him singing that song. I mean, every time I hear that song, I see him up on that platform with his heart. I mean, it was obvious to anybody who knew him that God was changing his heart, that God was getting to him, and that he wanted to fulfill the call of God on his life, and he wanted to do what God wanted him to do. And unfortunately, there were a lot of things that went on in our lives. I mean, he doesn't remember his father. I've divorced his father when we came to back home to North Carolina when he was 1 year old. He doesn't remember that life. And, you know, when we came back, when I finally did meet my husband, John Dolan, we got married, and we were happy for a while. My parents had moved in with us even. He, at one point in his life, we were living in a little house, and across the street, the house went up for sale. He came and got me. He said, "Mom, that's the house Grandma and Granddad are supposed to move into. Can we call them? They're supposed to get that house." And actually, they did end up buying that house, and we actually moved across the street to live with them. And it was about that time we moved in and got together as a family. And my husband, who appeared to be very, very healthy, we'd been married about 6 years at that time, he came down with a fatal disease, a very, very rare disease. And it was my dad, who was a doctor, that diagnosed. He was the one that realized what was going on. And it was a very fast progressing disease, and within a year, John died. And I know that took a toll on Jamie because this was his father. This was the father that he had cried out to God for, and all of a sudden he was gone. And I really feel like he got offended at God. He didn't understand, and he turned his back on God at that point, and he was in with some friends that were really not a good influence on him. They were the type of people that every mother did not want their young son around, and they really had an impact on his life at that point because he was very unstable with his dad dying. And it was at that point, shortly thereafter, he turned 18, and he walked out of the house. And I can remember that night very vividly. I mean, I begged him not to go. I knew that he did not need to go with this young couple, that they were not good for him. They were not a good influence on his life. I cried, I begged, I pleaded. I knew the result would not turn out well, but he wouldn't listen. And it was like that, you know, in his childhood. It was a very strong-willed child. He did what he wanted to do. And even though I begged and pleaded, he walked out. And at that point, I had nothing to do except let him go. He was 18. There was really nothing I could do except pray. And like I said, I did pray. I've cried out to God. I wanted him to come back. My family wanted him to come back. We always loved him. But under the influence of some friends and just things going on in his life, he turned and he attacked. And the Bible clearly says that we have nothing to do with those that attack the things of God. And so we really did not have a lot of communication with him. And it was a little bit later then, well, just a couple years ago, my dad got sick. He had pancreatic cancer, and he got sick, and he died. And also it was a very quick, rapidly progressing disease. It happened very fast. He had just recently retired from being a doctor, and the plan was he was going to spend time with the family. We were going to have some time with him because he was always so busy. And instead, he got sick, and he died. And I know Jamie referred to in the article that he had sent a letter to my dad, and he did. That letter came when he was sick, and I took it into my dad, and my dad said, I don't want it. I don't want it. He has left our family. I don't want to read what he says. Send it back to him. And I said, Dad, you don't want to read it? He said, no, send it back. So I obeyed my dad. I sent it back to him unopened, just put return to sender, took it back to the post office, and that was the end of it. My dad expressed very firmly to the family that when he died, he knew he was dying, that when he died, he did not want Jamie and his friends at the funeral because he knew that there were a lot of things going on. There could be a lot of stirring with them at the funeral because the family, you know, had been separated, and he did not think that was the time for anything to happen, and he did not want any kind of upsetting thing for my mom at the funeral. So it was his wishes that Jamie not be allowed to come to the funeral. And so we stayed in line with his wishes, and we told Jamie that he could not come. And it was Jane who came to my mom and said, you know, I understand Pat's wishes that he did not want him at the funeral, but could he come to the gravesite? Could he come to the cemetery? And my mom said, sure, yes, he could do that. Because she wanted him to be able to have that time of grief or paying his respects to his granddad, because they were very close. My dad was probably the first father figure in his life, because like I said, we came home when he was 1 year old. He had no one. And my father took that place in his life. I mean, my dad, he spent hours with Jamie trying to help him, counseling him, helping him, taking care of him like any father would. And so Jamie did go to the cemetery. Jane met him there, opened the gate, let him go in. He spent time at my dad's grave. He actually even spent time at my husband's grave, his stepdad's grave, and another friend who had died that he was very close to. He brought flowers. He put them on the grave. And my understanding was it was a very, very precious time that he opened his heart to Jane. They talked, they wept, they cried. And I mean, I was very grateful that he had that time.
Patty, Jane was able to tell him how much his granddad loved him.
Yes, he really did. He really did. So, I mean, it has been a lot of things, you know, a lot of things going on.
And for our listeners, you can go to our website, wordoffaithfellowship.org, and hear Patty and her mother and Patty's stepdaughter Allison tell more details about what happened and more on the allegations that came out in this AP article. The Word of Faith Speaks Out. Our videos are online for you to listen to.
The other thing Jamie makes reference to in the article is the trespassing charges that his brother took out against him. And Nick did go to the magistrate, and trespasses charges were filed. But again, let me tell you the whole story behind that. Nick is in the middle of a custody battle and was in the middle of a divorce. They're now divorced, but his ex-wife left him. They'd been married several years. They just had a child, a 1-year-old baby, and I can't even begin to tell you the events of everything where she walked out and left him. And so we're in the middle of all the financial distributions. Nothing has been settled. The house situation has not been settled. Nothing had been settled. The custody battle has not been heard. And so his ex-wife had trespassed several times before on the property, even though she had been warned not to come on the property. No trespassing signs were posted. Multiple no trespassing signs were posted. But I myself saw her come down the driveway, and we were concerned because we have a schedule, and anybody who's ever lived our life knows our schedule. We're in church certain times. We're very predictable. My mom is elderly. She's at home sometimes by herself, and we were very concerned about anyone showing up at the house that could upset her if she was there by herself. And so when a friend of the family came to Nick and said that he had seen his brother coming out of the driveway, Nick was very concerned. And so he consulted with me, we talked about it, and we agreed that he needed to go to the magistrate. Jane did not send him. Jane had nothing to do with that decision. It was Nick's decision and my decision because of the things that were going on with the custody, with the divorce, and with the safety of our family. And so he did go to the magistrate, and he did take out trespassing charges. They were filed, and when it came up in court, Jamie says that Ted Bell dismissed, according to this AP article, Ted Bell dismissed the charges. And according to this article, if I could read it, it says that the district attorney said he considered charging Nick Anderson and the church member with intimidating a witness. And I asked Nick when I read that, I said, Nick, what is Jamie a witness to? What court case is he supposedly a witness to? Because we know nothing about it. Nick knew nothing about him being a witness in any trial. So I don't understand that statement. And again, he continued on, and according to the AP article, Ted Bell says instead he would, and I quote, send them a strongly worded letter to not do it again. And Nick gave me the letter that he received about this court case. And actually, this was written only 2 days before the court case, and Nick didn't even receive the letter in time. He actually went to court, didn't know the charges had been dismissed, sat in the courtroom half a day, and didn't know what was going on. And then finally, we received this letter, and it says, Dear Mr. Anderson, I have reviewed the investigation into the charges taken against James Paul Anderson, which I'll interject, that's not his name. His name is James Patrick Anderson. And then the letter continues on and says, and find the allegation to be without merit and unsupported by the evidence. Accordingly, I have dismissed the charges in this matter. Sincerely, Ted Bell. So I didn't really feel like that was, as Jamie alluded to, a very strong letter saying never to do this again. I really feel like Nick's concerns were warranted. I mean, they really were a concern when someone appeared on our property that a longtime friend identified as his brother. So that again was a lie.
We're here today out of Word of Faith Response because we want you to know the truth. For 40 plus years of ministry, our pastors have preached the gospel of Jesus Christ to us and preached us an unconditional, powerful message of love and forgiveness. And what we have next here for you today is some students, teenagers from the Word of Faith Christian School. They wanted to come and speak out to you. They wanted to come and tell you that they are not abused. They wanted you to see their faces and listen to them. One will be alumni, which is Patty's niece. But these students are in the 11th grade, 14 and 15 years old. They are straight A students, and they just finished 1 year at our local community college. They want to tell you today that there's no abuse, and they've come to let you know the truth. And so this will be very special to you to hear them, to see them, and then they have a song for you.
Hi everybody, I'm Ashley McGee. I am Jamie Anderson's cousin. Patty is my aunt. And I just wanted to let everybody know today, the truth is we love Jamie. We have always loved Jamie. We still love Jamie. And we care very much about him. We want the best for him. But it's very heartbreaking to see what this has done to our family. And this is so saddening, the lies that he has told to the AP. Because my aunt is one of the most loving, caring, selfless people you'll ever meet. She's always cared for me, always been there. Anything I ever needed, she was always there. So everything Jamie has said is a bunch of lies in the AP. He was never treated that way. He's always been loved, and we love him very much. And I wanted you to know today the truth, that we are all here. We love him, and it is lies what he has said. My aunt is very loving, and that is not how she is. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm Mark Morris's daughter, and I'm 14 years old and in the 11th grade. Patty is such a wonderful teacher. She teaches my class. She comes in every day to help us learn the subjects. She is so patient and kind. She'll spend hours and hours after school tutoring people, doing her best to make sure that we do good in school. She always wants the best for us. I've never seen Patty get frustrated or upset. She's always patient and kind. And it's complete lies when they've been saying about her being upset and frustrated, because all she has ever wanted for all of us is the best, and she's always so patient and kind.
Hi, my name is Brock Webster. I'm 14 years old, and I'm in the 11th grade and have finished 1 year of college at the Word of Faith Christian School, and everything that's being said is for sure lies. For one, Patty is like one of the best math teachers ever, and she's also very great when she's helping you with any problems. And we all love Jesus here at the school, and we're all taught not to lie, because it's the opposite. We're taught to tell the truth, because in the Bible it says that all liars will be going to hell. And another lie that's been said is that we're told to lie, and like when the DSS came, that they told us, the ministers in the church told us to lie, and that's not true, because all of us, all my friends and I, we all wanted to tell the truth and get the truth out about what was really going on, because everything that they're saying was lies. And so the DSS came in and they interviewed all of us, and we spent a long time in there with them, and they cleared everybody that was being accused of doing bad things, and that just proves right there that everything they're saying was lies.
And now they'll sing for you.
To love the Word of God is the heartbeat of our mission. The stream of which our service overflows. Across the street or around the world, the mission's still the same. Proclaim and live the truth in Jesus' name. A call is going out across
can understand how deeply troubled our church is and shocked over these AP reports, over these lies. We found such comfort in the scriptures. In Psalm 94, it explains an evil that takes place in a human heart where they band together against the righteous. Read the chapter, Psalm 94. The words of the Apostle Paul in 2 Timothy chapter 3 warn us about the last days and what we see in the hearts of men, that they will hold a form of godliness, but they will deny the power of God. Again, Word of Faith is responding. We're speaking out. We want you to see us. We want you to know us. We want you to know the truth. Go to our website, wordoffaithfellowship.org. Listen to members speak out against the lies that are being told about us. Email us truth@wordoffaith.wffnc.org. We will not be with you on Friday. There's previous programming, or Monday, but we will be back next Wednesday. Mark will be back bringing you the truth and for you to understand our hearts. And again, you saw the heart of a mother, you saw the pain, and you saw the deep love for Jamie from members of our church and from his mother. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for listening to our hearts, and we'll be back with you next Wednesday.
The train may have been distracted.
Until the crew is medically cleared to be interviewed, the NTSB is relying on technical data to give clues. Data recorders showing the speed of the train and that the engineer never pulled the emergency brake. And now they're analyzing an inward-facing camera showing the cab of the locomotive. It was badly beat up in the crash and is being analyzed at a lab in D.C., but it should show video of what the engineer was doing just before the crash. Alex Stone, ABC News, DuPont, Washington.
5 Americans are dead, including 1 minor in a bus accident in Mexico. The bus carrying cruise ship passengers on its way to Mayan ruins flipped over. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley has sent a strongly worded letter to fellow UN member nations warning them about upcoming votes and criticizing President Trump's decision to move the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. Haley saying she will be taking names. You're listening to ABC News.
This is a special announcement for all Americans who owe back taxes to the IRS or state. Pay attention. There's a special toll